where all life insurance companies have either struggled to grow their premium or the struggle has been about expanding their margins. LIC has been one company which got through the quarter with very, very strong financial numbers. We have Mr. Siddhartha Mohanty joining us today, the chairman at Life Insurance Corporation of India, to speak to us about the numbers and many things beyond numbers. So first of all, thank you so much for talking to us and congratulations for an excellent third quarter. I have one statement which remained with me after yesterday's con call, and that was that this is just the beginning for LIC. What I want to understand from you, if this is the beginning, then FY25, how confident are you that you'll be able to show a stronger growth than FY24, and what could define FY25 for LIC?
If you see, enter FY24, Q1 and Q2 was not that good for LIC, and we have now in Q3 we have started moving and we have shown good result, particularly in margin and VNB growth, all these things. Q3 some improvement is there, and that's why I told it is just beginning, and this Q3 will not continue to Q4. Q3 will continue further. So FY25 will be still better than FY24.
FY24.
So that was my intention.
FY25 will be better than FY24. If I could come back to the quarter, as far as your annualized premium equivalent or APE is concerned, that grew by about 7%. I want to understand about Q4. Q4, of course, we know last year there was a rush to buy savings policies. It's a higher base. Do you think you can still do positive APE over that strong base in Q4?
Yeah, absolutely. Because AP has shown some positive growth and it will further improve. Looking to our product line and all other things, AP positive growth will be there in Q4.
Okay. January has been strong. We saw the numbers day before. How does February look? How does March look? And then if you could help us with some number in terms of Q4 year on year, what kind of AP growth, what range of AP growth do you expect?
The AP growth, I cannot give specific number, but there will be growth. My sense will be close to double digit growth will be there.
Okay. I want to understand about the group premium. Of course, it's a large chunk for you. Did that sort of, perform as per your expectation as the group portfolio is concerned in the third quarter? How do you see that growing again in Q4 and the next financial year?
You see, the group shortfall up to Q2 has been reduced in Q3. And in Q4, group also will achieve its target.
Okay.
Because now we are seeing all those business coming in this month, January also, and this February. So group will achieve its target. Once group segment achieves its target and our individual, so we'll definitely, whatever commitment we have made, whatever target we have taken, we are going to achieve that.
Okay. So last time I remember you had told me that you had a large chunk of group premium which got deferred.
Yeah, those are coming now.
Those have started coming. What is the total quantum of that premium and how much has come?
You see the shortfall, whatever shortfall you see last year and current year, that will come.
Okay, I think December the first tranche came because your premium short
In January also it has started.
Okay. The next thing that I want to understand from you is the non-par business. You had a target of 10%, taking the non-par business out of the total APE. You've gone to 14% from just about 9.5%. The street was closely looking at this number. Now that you've reached 14%, do you think you'll only build more on this 14%? And if yes, what is the next target that you're looking at as far as the non-par book is concerned? Not 1 or 2 quarters later, but by the end of FY25.
If you see our commitment during a listing, we gave non-par share, our objective is to take it to at least 15%. We are almost there already. And that I told you, it may take 2 to 3 years time to reach that. But thankfully we have achieved that. And Q4, it will be much more than 15%. Non-par share to AP will be much more than 15%. Exact number I should not say, but already we are experiencing in current month and January also. So there will be good growth in a non-par AP. And if you see total growth in a non-par premium, volume, volume wise if you see, not AP, volume wise non-par premium, last year 9 months and this year, more than 80% growth is there. As against 3,022 crore, we have done 5,400 something.
Correct.
So more than 80% growth in non-par year on year.
It's a very strong growth, and that leads me to my next question, which is directly related to non-par book, and that is your VNB margin. Another commitment target that you had set for yourself of about 20% VNB margin, faster than private players after listing. You've achieved that much faster than them. Now 20%, I want to understand two things from you. Does it sort of become a base that we have to grow 20, and now the struggle is going to be to build on that 20? Does that become the understanding? And if build on that 20, if the non-par book you're saying goes more than 15%, then by FY25, what is the margin range that we could see you, having?
No, already you see we have experienced in last quarter 20%, but overall for period 16.6%, which is more than 200 basis points.
Correct.
14.6, now 16. And my sense is it will further stabilize, because looking to the product mix which we are now offering in the market, and those products are giving margin, this will be sustainable, this will be maintained, and some improvement will also I am expecting on this.
What
margin.
is some improvement, sir?
That exact figure should not say, but whatever already we have achieved, we will improve upon that.
Okay. One thing that I want to understand, and this is on the annuity book as well as protection book. Now, if you look at the protection book in the quarter, it contracted by about 30%, annuity book contracted 1%. Private players are focusing a lot on protection and annuity, gives them good margins also, of course. What went wrong for you as far as these two segments are concerned? And now from Q4 onwards, do you think it will be negated and it's a one-off and you'll move on with strong growth? And what could be the growth in the protection and the annuity book?
No, absolutely, because now we have revised our rate. Annuity rate has been revised, and definitely those return will be most competitive in the market. So coming days annuity will have good traction, and a share will also grow. Similarly, protection also we are focusing on protection. Rate, premium rate was also revised. You see, one point of time LIC was the lowest, cheapest.
True.
So because of reinsurance and other issues, we had to revise. That has, my sense, some impact, but further it will grow in coming days. Protection and annuity. Yeah.
Reinsurance rates, as I understand on the market, have started softening a little.
Yeah.
The protection book and the annuity book, private players are doing about 25 to 30% growth. Since LIC has a larger base, what is the growth?
Definitely growth will be there, but exact figure I should not say, but focus is on that.
Okay. Your investment book, you hardly booked any investment gains in the third quarter. It was just up about 12% on a year-on-year, 1% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Do you think quarter 4 will be dominated in terms of booking good or decent investment gains? For the year, where do you see the investment gains growing over the previous year then?
You see, our investment return we depend upon market. We take advantage of market movement and book profit. And there is a specific pattern. We have our own policy. Not that we will book all profit, is not like that.
Correct.
And consistently we book profit. Over last 3 quarters you observe, we have our share in this.
Fourth quarter, could it be higher?
Fourth quarter, depending upon market and
Markets
other.
are at all-time high.
So, and also because not only on profit we are showing result, but also on operations.
Yes.
Because if you see from operation also, it has been very high growth.
True.
If you minus this profit,
Investment gain,
then also there is huge profit.
Okay. The Parliamentary Committee very recently spoke about one very important thing, that is reduction of GST on term policies. Right now it's 18%. Before GST came in, it was at 15%. In your sense, what should be the right rate when it comes to such an important insurance product like protection or term, as you say?
You see, actually, when we want to grow insurance, because under-penetrated market, insurance awareness and all those things, and insurance for all by 2047.
Yes.
So I think government will consider the suggestions, recommendations of Parliamentary Committee to rationalize the GST. And for term plan, it should be very, very minimum. Government will decide. Expert committees are there. We have given our view also from industry side. Life Council, we have given to regulator. We have also taken up with government.
What is the recommendation in terms of number?
Exact, we should not tell, but government will decide. And my sense is it will be rationalized.
Very, very minimum, leads me to the thinking about 5%. But around
let
that?
Let government decide.
Okay. Okay. Another thing that I want to understand is on GST matter and the income tax matter. Big positive came in the form of that 25,000 crore which you received in the quarter from income tax. But there are certain GST notices also which are under litigation. What is the total amount, I want to understand, from different jurisdictions under GST notices? How much do you think you'll be able to get resolved, and how much will you have to pay, does it look like to you? And is there more income tax refund in the pipeline for FY25 and more than 25,000 crore?
You say GST is a matter of interpretation. Because as per our interpretation, whatever GST we have paid, there are assessing officer, they have their own interpretation. So from various jurisdictions, we are getting notice. And those are already we have gone for appeal.
Correct.
In a high court also there. Now we are waiting when GST appellate tribunal will be formed for that also. So, and my sense is all these things will get some reprieve. Because once this is decided, interpretation issues decided how to charge a GST on insurance premium.
Correct. The income tax credit.
Total clarity comes.
Credit.
So, we'll definitely benefit from that. So far as income tax, these are earlier years income tax, last 7-8 years.
Correct.
Those we
Assessment
have got,
years.
yes. So we have got refund, and we also expect some more.
Some more could be more than 25,000 in FY25?
Exact amount we cannot tell. But there are issues, but unless this is settled, we cannot get refund. But this amount will get, my sense is before March.
Before March. Okay. Another thing that I want to understand, and this is around the regulators' consultation paper on surrender value. They suggested higher surrender value to policy holders. Now, since this is important for you because you are growing your non-par book, where there are maximum number of surrenders, are you satisfied with what the regulator suggested? Or as an industry, do you think some changes are required in what the regulator is saying?
Now, as industry, we have given our views from Life Council, all insurers. We have given our views how to rationalize that. Not that whatever is now suggestion, because I don't think that will be good for the industry. But our suggestion, I am thankful to the regulator. They have had patient hearing. I think some balance will come.
Okay.
Something.
If I could take the liberty to ask you, is one suggestion also that the regulator should look at making a distinction between long-term and short-term policies? If there are long-term, then it makes sense to give them higher surrender value. Short-term should not get higher surrender value.
Yes. All those suggestions have been given.
Okay, important. Another thing that I want to understand, and this is on the matter of one company, ITC. You've had a significant holding, you paid down some holding, you still have about 15% stake in that company. Now, for the longest time, I've had conversations with various people, and LIC has been wanting or is desirous of unlocking some value out of ITC for itself. The reason why it couldn't do that, because of the fear that the ownership would change to BAT, the British American Tobacco. That fear seems to be fading because BAT recently said yesterday that they are themselves looking to pay down stake in ITC. Does that sort of give you that liberty that now if BAT is also selling, LIC can look at, unlocking some value for itself because that fear is out of the window? Do you think so?
In ITC, you see, we are long-term investor. And from ITC, we have got a good value, high value. So we are now continuing with that.
Okay.
We have not taken any call whether to further divest or all those things.
Doesn't make sense for you right now.
And as things move, we will take advantage in the best interest of LIC.
Okay. Now I want to understand a very general question from you. LIC has been a very significant investor in many listed companies. As part of regulations, if there are things going wrong in any company where LIC is a large investor, do you think institutional investors like yourself should take some sort of interest in those corporate happenings to take a decision in interest of retail shareholders and yourself?
We sometimes take wherever we have stake and we have director in those companies, board, we protect our interest. Okay. Any decision is taken, we protect our interest.
Okay. Now let me speak about the company here, Zee Entertainment. The no identifiable promoter as far as the company is concerned. The person who's taking the call has lesser stake than you also. You have about 5% stake, he has about 3.5% stake. Still taking the call. The deal did not go through because of certain calls taken by this individual. was negative for LIC as well as retail shareholders because of value destruction. It could have been a big positive if that deal would have gone through. Do you think what happened was wrong? And B, do you think in such situations, institutional investors, not just you, others also, should come and sit together and understand the matter, take interest in the matter, and then take the final call? Because you are a big shareholder.
No, we are shareholder, we are actually closely watching what is the development and we will take a call at appropriate time.
So Z matter is still under consideration for you. You are closely watching.
We have 4.5% stake, but nothing of that sort we have taken any decision. But we are just.
But you are monitoring. You have not let it go.
We are observing what is happening and how.
Okay. Now I want to talk to you about HDFC Bank. You recently got an approval to raise your stake, enabling approval to raise your stake till 9.99%. I want to understand from you, when did you apply for this particular approval? Since then, has your thinking changed? Back then, was it to raise it? Now it's not. Has that thinking changed? Or are you still interested whenever you get the opportunity in terms of price, value to raise your stake?
And it is not question of only one bank. We approached RBI for, I think,
ICICI Bank?
3 banks. And we got approval at a different point of time.
Correct.
And these approvals are enabling provision.
True.
So that depending upon market situation, we should be able to raise our stake, which was not there earlier.
Correct.
So that we have taken and we will utilize at appropriate time.
So you've taken approval for 3 banks, which at least means that you're interested in these 3 banks. You see value.
Depending upon, yes, market situation.
Okay. So maybe if you have 1 year's time to raise that stake, if you get right price, if you get right value,
depends. Time will tell at this point.
But the intention is alive.
We have taken permission, that itself indicates.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. One final question, and this is, with respect to what the Prime Minister has also said, and I would want to conclude this interaction on that note. A strong vote of confidence as far as LIC is concerned, for its policyholders, for its shareholders. Going forward, do you think before the next year, I mean, it's a coincidence, as someone also yesterday pointed out, that the Prime Minister always speaks before the results. Next time when he talks for the next year's results, he will have similar insights to share, and I mean, similar vote of confidence coming in again for you?
I express my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister on behalf of all LICians, all agents, 13 lakh agents and all customers. Actually, his appreciation in floor of House Parliament has strengthened our commitment, and definitely will come up to his expectation and serve the nation as we have been doing since last 67 years. That will be much more intense, and in the India growth story, LIC will be a significant player.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you.
Thank you.